Greetings everyone, it's Yix here at Magna Crypto. I am actually very excited about doing this YouTube channel. I've decided to do this because I think doing YouTube is just a much easier format to consume information. And also you can convert the audio and turn it into a bit of a podcast as well. So it adds a couple of different layers of putting the information out there, or your value, whatever you're trying to get across. But also I think, just from watching YouTube and seeing bloggers and different influencers use YouTube, it just looks like a lot of fun. You can have all these conversations with people, the editing process, it kind of stimulates that creative side of your brain, which I think a lot of us need, well, especially me, to just get that creative side out there, get the imagination out there through editing, whatever cut scenes you want to add. So it's very exciting rather. Little bleeper there.
You suck!
So what is today about? The first episode. The first episode I've decided to do about the following. Cryptocurrency doesn't make sense. Now let me explain why I'm saying this. The reason why I'm saying is because I don't think it's very appropriate for what the asset actually does, or all the assets do. I think a more appropriate term, which gets used by, a small section of the crypto community, is the term digital asset, and I think that makes a lot more sense. Reason being is because if you break down digital asset, and if you look at the word asset, an asset has two key things: use case, and from that use case you normally get value. Now if you look at examples of classic assets, you've got, number one is a property. Now the main use case for that is to use as a home, a dwelling to live in, to eat, sleep, etc., etc. And because of that, it has value. People need it. It's a necessity. And depending on what area you are, depending on the size of the house or the home, depending on the quality of the finishing, etc., using marble floor or carpet, it will constitute the actual value of the property, whether it's high or low. But it's clear that its use case is a necessity and it has value because of that. The second example I was thinking about is our precious metals. Now, you've got gold, obvious precious metal, you've got silver. And if you break down gold, it's used for jewelry, status symbol. It's also used in electrical wiring at times, not so much because it can be expensive. But there's clear use cases for that as well. In terms of the value derived from that, you also have to add another factor to that, which is, it costs a lot of money to mine, machinery, the skills needed to extract the gold from the ground. So that can add another layer of value as to why it can be more expensive than other precious metals. Now, if you look at the crypto market and all of the different projects within it, the term asset relates a lot more to the content of the market, because they all have use cases, and because of that, value is derived from it. Now, some are used for an alternative.
And I know that they listen to we fishermen, and they love us. So now,
to fiat currency or Bitcoin, Litecoin. Others are used to develop dApps via use of smart contracts like Ethereum, Neo. Others are used to increase the efficiency of cross-border payments, like XRP with its efficient and speedy and low-cost XRP token. And the list goes on as to the different use cases within the market. And if you compare using the word digital asset, which you can see makes a lot more sense for cryptocurrency, compare it to cryptocurrency, now most cryptocurrencies, 99%, are not actually used to pay for everyday things, as a normal currency should do, like dollars and pounds and euros. There are a select few stores or online boutiques that accept cryptocurrencies, but realistically, in terms of people actually using it, using crypto to pay for things on their sites, it's probably 0.0001% of the population are using cryptocurrency to pay for things. So, realistically, it's not gonna, the cryptocurrencies, the term's not gonna be changed to digital asset, but you can see how it makes a lot more sense to use that term. So that's all I wanted to talk about today, as the first episode, and see you in the next.